So that's it then. What would be a white man's dream triple bill? What would be a perfect white man's dream evening of films?
I don't think we're talking about a triple bill.
Okay.
We're talking about a white man's dream film festival.
What have you come up with then?
Oh, all the Rocky films.
They have to be there.
Had to be, no doubt about it.
Apollo Creed is the funniest thing about these Rocky films. He goes through every stage of a white man's dream role for a black guy in movies. In the first film, he's a bad guy. Too arrogant, too cocky, got a big mouth. Got too much skills for Rocky, like a Muhammad Ali.
Definitely like a Ali. But Rocky gives him a damn good fight.
In Rocky 2, beats the crap out of him and takes his title. Then Apollo turns Uncle Tom in Rocky 3. Helps Rocky beat down Mr. T after Mr. T's giving him an ass whooping. Then to top that all off, Apollo goes and gets himself killed in the ring by that Russian boxer. So that Rocky can go and avenge his death. That's almost every major type of role for a black guy in movies in one character.
You know what? When Apollo gets killed, he gets a real black man death. You know when they get the black guy completely beat down to the ground, it's like, pow, baff, boom. He takes every punch in the book before he takes a drop.
Yeah. Do you remember? He had a nickname. He had a ring nickname in the films.
Nickname?
Yeah. He had a nickname. It was perfect for him. The Master of Disaster.
Pathetic. Oh. Monsters Ball, gotta be there.
I second that. Hank, please make me feel good. Please make me feel good.
I reckon True Romance as well.
Yeah. That Dennis Hopper's nigger speech, that was some ugly shit. What about Pulp Fiction?
Pulp Fiction? Definitely white man's wet dream. Jeez.
If Carl were here, he'd remind you that Samuel L. Jackson survives the film in the end and John Travolta dies.
So what? When Tarantino does his dead nigga this, dead nigga that,
Yeah.
and Sam and John turn up in his house and Sam Jackson just stands there scratching out his bumhole, that, my friend, is white man's dream material.
Okay. This is a definite. Demolition Man.
Wesley Snipes and Sylvester Stallone.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Now, Snipes is supposed to be this super-powered ghetto bad man from South Central LA. And no one can take him on. So, they throw out Stallone from this big block of ice so he can handle him.
That's messy, isn't it? Do you remember Cliffhanger? Do you remember the way Stallone kills the black guy in it? Bench presses him up, lifts him up on the sharp, big piece of ice, and then pushes him straight through the thing. I reckon Thelma and Louise.
Thelma and Louise?
Yeah.
There ain't no black people in that. What are you talking about?
The ending.
Yeah?
That ending's a black man's ending in a white woman's film. Women on the run from cops can't turn around, so they drive off the cliff to their death. That's a black man Pyrrhic victory ending. Black man died like that 1,000 times in films. Righteous, but dead. No wonder they freeze frame Thelma and Louise flying off the cliff. Reality was them flying off the cliff, falling to the ground and cooking like fried chicken.
Tell me, if Thelma and Louise was Tyree and Leroy, do you think we would see the car flying off the cliff and crashing and burning?
And cooking like fried chicken? Oh, yes.
Thelma and Louise never made it across the border though, did they?
No.
The only black man I know who made it across the border was Morgan Freeman. And that was in Shawshank Redemption. He was about 70 years old when he did that, after spending the whole of his life in prison.
You know what?
What?
I'm going to nominate every fucking Elvis film ever made, yeah.
We're back with that old one, are we? Why do black people waste time getting bitter about him? Elvis was the king of rock and roll. Black people have created a whole bunch of types of music since then. Time to move on.
Martin,
What?
come on. Please, you puzzle me. Elvis, the king of rock and roll. The white king of music created by black people, that's not white man dream material.
I don't see what the problem is. Rock and roll is an art form black people rejected. Rock is an art form black people rejected. Even Jimi Hendrix doesn't mean anything to most black people. Black people created it, gave up on it. White people couldn't get enough of what we left behind, moved it on, and crowned one of their own the king. Big deal.
Big deal. Elvis, the king of rock and roll. I ought to get Chuck Berry over here so he can come and kick your ass.
Chuck Berry was pretty damn fantastic. But even he'd admit Elvis was no slouch. No, Elvis was a better singer though.
Talking about that, I saw this article on a website, Black Film. It's about the idea of a ghetto matrix. It takes the idea of the Matrix from the Matrix movies and applies it to black people. So the idea of a ghetto, as it's thought of today, is a kind of matrix that the people of the ghetto see as the reality of black people. Also, the last two generations born within the ghetto or the ghetto matrix can't imagine living without it.
What's that you got there?
Luckily enough, I brought the article with me. The inhabitants have no idea that the world they live in has been manufactured from the outside and that their dreams and desires have been given to them.
And there's no Keanu Reeves in sight to save them.
I can go along with a lot of that.
Not sure about the Matrix thing. When I see things like that boy last week who got shot by some fucked up black boys or some similar bullshit, I just think zombies, not the Matrix. The Matrix is about controlling you, brainwashing you, imposing things on you. I don't see that shit going on. That's something else. I was watching the Michael Jackson Thriller video recently. I hadn't seen it in a while. While I was watching it, I couldn't help thinking that Michael was onto something with those body popping dancing zombies. He saw the future. That's a lot of black people today. All singing, all dancing, performing zombies. Zombies infect you, don't they? I mean, if they bite you, or if you have too much contact with them, you become one of them. And that's how a lot of black people are. You watch out for the fucked up black person walking down the street. Because if they come up to your son and start chatting shit to him, acting up, very soon, you're gonna have two fucked up black people walking down the street.
Maybe. The Matrix thing is an American thing. And the zombie thing, yeah, is a British thing. Britain doesn't have those US-style Matrix ghettos segregated and fucked up.
There's a big difference right there. But another thing is, with your zombie idea, you can run away from a zombie. Get away from it. Keep your distance. But with a matrix, you don't even know it's there. You have to outfight it. Outthink it. Challenge your whole way of thinking to get anywhere. That's some tough shit. If it's zombies that are the problem, you just pack up and leave town where there aren't any zombies.
Unless the zombies are everywhere. See, the thing is, maybe the zombies are everywhere. They're spread all over. And it's gonna have to be the non-zombies who are going to be the ones on the run from them and their influence. With hip-hop, street culture, and all that other stuff, what you've got is INC. International Nigger Culture.
Yeah, that's right. Maybe across the world, there's an Aussie swigging back a Victoria beer can listening to Jay-Z or someone.
What I find scary is, I think if you look at the views of white people who through the ages have argued that black people are the most fucked up, least human people. And I don't mean recent years, I mean looking back through centuries. If you look at their views and how people are in the international nigger culture of today, it's almost a perfect fit.
Well, as I said before, if you see it as a zombie situation, you can stop your kids buying the stuff or watching the stuff that's gonna make them zombies.
Oh, come on. You know it doesn't work like that. You don't have to be in the ghetto to get beaten over the head with stuff like that. The ghetto comes to you. Music, films, videos, your friends.
This sounds a lot like a line I was talking about when I said black man and black woman should go their own way, but you had all sorts of problems with that. What's different about what you lot are saying here now?
That's completely different. You were saying black man, black woman, blam! Forget it. Split up, go your own ways.
Yeah, but you're heading towards that. You're heading towards defining yourself as black people and letting the niggers do what they're gonna do. Suppose you get enough money to buy a big house in the suburbs, yeah? With great schools for your kids. And someone tells you, hey, stay in the ghetto and be a role model or something like that. What are you gonna do? I'll tell you what you're gonna do. You're gonna split because you know you're not helping the ghetto.
Maybe.
I don't know.
It's dealing with a harsh reality and not a fantasy.
I agree. If black people have enough money to move, to a better part of town and leave behind the ghetto, then that's what they're gonna do.
Okay, all right. The reality of the situation is limited choices. I often hear black people in this situation saying, the government doesn't help to develop the area. The government broke its promise to give us more money. And I say, what do you expect a government to do with black people? Break their promise, not give you money and fuck you over. Yeah. The options are find a way to leave the area, stay in the area, try to develop yourself and develop your area, or stay in the area, get fucked up like a lot of black people I know. Alright, why the hell is a white government that's okay with a shitty health service, shitty pension, growing inequality, poverty, all the bad stuff for white people, why the hell are they going to ride in and come and save black people? If it means a white government coming in and saving black people or black people getting fucked over, then, my friends, black people are getting fucked over.
I'm not sure you could talk the way you talk about limited choices, Carl, if you had kids.
If I had kids, I'd be more determined for them to grow up in an okay neighbourhood and let the niggers do what they're going to do. It goes back to what you're saying about being able to handle the international nigger culture and how it travels. I agree with you on that, but it's a free market thing, yeah? Niggers bring something distinctive and recognisable to the marketplace. Niggers sell. Black people don't. The market don't need black people. The market is rolling perfectly fine without black people in it.